Fun fact, I've had glasses since the 4th grade, which means that I've had less than perfect vision since approximately my whole life. When I was 15, I remember begging for contacts, vision correcting and color changing. It was the 90s, don't judge. Well, today I'm gonna share with you my next big vision milestone because I have decided to finally take the leap and get LASIK eye surgery. So if you've ever been curious about LASIK, stick around because I am about to give you the whole scoop from start to finish, including parts of the surgery. If that's TMI, don't worry, I'm going to give you fair warning. Now, despite being less than overjoyed about having to wear glasses when I was a kid, or especially while I was a teenager, I've actually grown to love my glasses. Geek chic is totally a thing. Now, that being said, there is still no denying that for those of us who have to rely on glasses or contacts, there are daily struggles. Like waking up and not being able to see. You reach for your glasses and you can't find them. You can't see. Makeup getting on your contact. Do you put on your contact first? Do you put on your makeup first? I always inevitably end up with some sort of big blotch right in the middle of my contact. Losing a contact in your eye. OMG. Asking friends, can you see it? Can you see it? Talk about anxiety. I can't even tell you how many times I've thought I got it stuck in the back of my eye, only to find out that it actually fell out. Having a contact tear inside your eye, because somehow that happens. The pain, and it seems to come out of nowhere. Or my personal favorite, waking up on your wedding day with a cornea infection. Because yeah, that really happened. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. And I can laugh about it now, but I assure you that on my wedding day, it was no laughing matter. I didn't know what was going on. It kind of looked like I had pink eye. Okay, so here's where it really gets interesting. I went and I sat in front of my hairdresser and she said to me, maybe it's allergies. Maybe you should try some Benadryl. Benadryl. Oh my gosh, you see where this is going. You guys, hairdressers are wonderful people, but they are not doctors. I was desperate and I was willing to try anything. And so I sent my bridesmaids to the store to go get me some Benadryl to help my allergic reaction in my eye. What happens next? Right. I'm getting my makeup done and I'm falling asleep in the chair. So then my lovely, wonderful superhero bridesmaids then go back to the store to go get me some Red Bull to counteract the Benadryl. For the record, I advise none of this. Oh, you guys, we were so stupid. I was so stupid because honestly, a lot of my bridesmaids were like, no, what are you doing? And I was like, my eye. So, my own fault. Needless to say, none of it helped my eye because in the end, it wasn't an allergy, it wasn't pink eye, it was an infection in my cornea due to bacteria and just irritation from wearing my contacts. Gross. Bacteria on your wedding day in your eye, it's not an ideal situation. So yeah, we totally hit the ground running with that whole for better or worse thing. My father had gotten LASIK like 10 years before our wedding. And when he saw this whole craziness unfolding and he found out that it was for my contacts, he was like, listen, you need to go get LASIK. And so I went. And unfortunately, even though this was now almost a month after our wedding, I was not a candidate for LASIK because I still had bruising. That's how bad the infection was. And then for years after that, no matter what I did, it didn't matter how careful I was or how meticulous I was with cleaning my contacts and changing my contacts, I still, for some reason, had become prone for getting these eye infections. So when EyeCare 2020 came to me and asked me to partner for LASIK surgery, I took it as a sign. Part of me still wasn't really sure if I even was gonna be a candidate because I didn't know, if all of those years of contact wearing and eye infections, if it had left some permanent damage. But I was a candidate. I did go ahead with the surgery. My eyes are still a little red. I'll get to that in a minute. When I went in for my consultation, they do all these different tests to see if your cornea is thick enough and all of that stuff. Which, by the way, if you're not a candidate for LASIK, I found out that there's this other thing called PRK, which is similar to LASIK. I was so excited that I was a candidate, but I had questions. So then Dr. Silverman started going through everything that happens with the surgery and all of that, and he ended up pretty much answering all of my questions. It's like he was in my head and he just, I don't know, knew everything that I had heard. I immediately trusted him. He was very knowledgeable. He's worked with Olympic athletes. I went home and I scheduled my LASIK surgery.
Here's everything you'll need for the surgery, okay? Okay. So basically, this is the piece of paper here. Very important, in big bold letters, do not rub your eyes. Now, these goggles will be placed right after the surgery. You're not going to take them off until you wake up tomorrow morning. Now, for 4 more nights after that, you're only going to wear them to sleep. You're going to start these drops. I want you to do 1 today at dinner and 1 at bedtime. Then starting tomorrow, you're going to do it 4 drops for 4 days. Now, if you do feel any discomfort, a lot of people don't, we do have some sleeping pills here for you with the directions on them, and you can take Tylenol or ibuprofen is absolutely fine. Also, just in case, no makeup or mascara for at least 1 week. Just 1 week. You look great.
They gave me a Valium to kind of calm my nerves. Dr. Silverman came in and he put some numbing drops in my eye. And then I don't know what happened. Like I freaked out. I totally freaked out. It was not one of my proudest moments. When we were about to get started, I was like, I don't know if I could do this. I didn't even know what came over me. I had a Valium, maybe I needed another one. A lot of us, I think, fear seeing something come in our eye. We can't imagine seeing something that's gonna operate on our eye coming at us. You, first of all, do not see anything coming at your eye. You're looking at a light and it's very similar to getting an eye exam. You're looking at a red light and then there was a blue light, and Dr. Silverman talked through the entire thing very calmly, told me what I was about to see, what he was about to do. So it started out with a red, I think it was like a red circle, and then it was like a blue circle, and then when they came together there was blackness. And I wasn't afraid of it when it happened because it was just like watching colors. It wasn't like all of a sudden I saw black. So in the room, they had a TV screen where you could see the entire surgery, like my eye and everything that was happening. And my husband was able to be in the room with me, so he videotaped the whole thing. Here's the part that might be a little TMI. If you're not into like watching surgeries and stuff, feel free to pass this part by. The entire surgery took 10 minutes for both eyes. It was amazing, like really, truly amazing. So after the surgery was complete, Dr. Silverman told me to sit up and look at the clock that was in the room that I couldn't read prior to the surgery. And you guys, it was like magic. Then he gave me my super sexy goggles. I've heard from other people who had the surgery, and even Dr. Silverman himself actually, that after the surgery you may initially feel like you have dirty contacts in your eyes, maybe a little gritty. I honestly didn't feel that at all. When I got up from the table, I initially felt a little bit almost dizzy, and I think that was from the Valium maybe, or maybe both, I don't know. I didn't really feel any kind of discomfort or anything in my eye. They were obviously sensitive to light. I just felt like my eyes were tearing a lot.
It's been about 5 hours since I left Dr. Silverman's office and had my LASIK done. I rested my eyes for about 4 hours in a dark room. I put on an audiobook. As you can see, I'm still in the dark room. And I have to say that my eyes right now are feeling pretty good.
That was like a vacation, honestly. The day after my surgery, I woke up and I looked in the mirror, and that's when I saw the redness. Even though they didn't look pretty and they may have looked a little scary, they felt fine. If I didn't look in the mirror, I wouldn't have known that they were red at all. Okay, follow-up is complete. I have 20/25 in one eye, 20/20 in the other, and that is just the next day. So that is amazing. He said that the pop blood vessels should heal within a few weeks, and I have this card that says I don't need glasses to drive. Now, my friend Melissa actually went to Dr. Silverman a month before me, and she got surgery, and her eyes were not red at all. So here we are 2 weeks after the surgery, right? And I'm seeing amazing. I didn't really have any issues with dry eyes or anything like that. But now that it's 2 weeks later, and I think that I'm less aware that I had the surgery, I find myself, when I get really tired, wanting to take my contacts out of my eyes. It was part of my nighttime routine. I'd get tired, I'd take my contacts out, I'd put my glasses on. So instinctively, I want to take the contacts out of my eyes when I get tired. But they're not there. My advice to anyone interested in LASIK surgery would be to definitely get that consultation. And then when you schedule it, to give yourself some time to heal, because you may experience some redness. So all in all, this has been completely life-changing because I no longer have to worry about getting eye infections or having to deal with bacteria getting in my eye. The people at EyeCare 2020 have just been amazing. I highly recommend Dr. Silverman if you're in the New Jersey area. I am so excited to never have to put another contact in my eye again.